Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to Nostalgia Drives Me. So in this video, I got something super exciting, something from Japan. So as you guys know, my brother ended up getting an SP. I ended up reselling it for him, and I'll probably post up like a picture of before and after. But yeah, man, this thing is absolutely sweet. And obviously this made me a little bit jealous because I used to have one back in the day, and as you guys know from the lore, he ended up losing mine. So it hurts a bit, but I'm happy he got one. I'm happy it's in the family. And then not only did he get that as well, but he ended up getting this bad boy right here too. This thing is sweet, man. The eggs in the back, the Nintendo 3DS XL. Man, this thing is pretty diesel, guys. But yeah, this thing's awesome. He ended up modding it, so he has the SD card and he can get whatever DS game is out there, 3DS, DSi, all that good stuff. He just loads it onto the SD card, and then he could play whatever. So yeah, this thing is pretty neat. And look, you can even customize what you want. These are some of the games he has for it: Pokemon, Mario Kart 7, Mario Hoops 3-on-3. But yeah, man, this thing is pretty sweet. And of course, this makes me even more jealous, guys. Makes me even more jealous. And he also had his original copy of Mario Kart DS, which yes, still works. But left out, I kind of missed that. Whenever like you're on the go, and let's say you're at a doctor's appointment, or you have some downtime and you just want to game a little bit, like nothing too crazy, and you just pull out these nice handhelds, and you could just put them in your pocket, forget about it, and then just play it on the go. Like, I feel like that's such an amazing feeling, and I feel like that was such a thing way back when when I was growing up in this era. And so what, that made me miss it, and I was like, man, I need to go out and get something. So I was like, what, I was talking to my friend, and he gave me a suggestion of one that I should get, and he was telling me the reasons why, and because he has one himself, so he kind of sold me on it. But what sold me even more was it's something that I used to own back in the day. And so I was like, what, let me get a color that I've never had before. And so lo and behold, let's move these bad boys out of the way, guys. So I ended up going on eBay. Obviously there goes that fear of like, I hope I don't get scammed. I hope they don't send me like a brick or something. But I found the color that I wanted. It's a Japanese exclusive color. And guys, I finally did it. There it is. Its glory. It came with the box. So this is something I definitely wanted. As you guys can see right there, it says Japan. It's a Nintendo DS Lite, guys. Absolutely crazy. If I'm not mistaken, this came out back in 2006. And this is the ice blue colorway. But yeah, man, the box is pretty clean. There's like a little ding here and like a rip back here, but I'm not too stressed out about it, because it's from 2006. We got the manual. Unfortunately, I cannot read Japanese, so I cannot tell y'all what this says, but it's the instruction manual, so I don't think anyone really reads these. So let's move on. The Picto chat, also in Japanese. This is so cool, man. It definitely brings back memories of when I had my original one. My original one, by the way, was a white one. And honestly, if you think about it, right, it's kind of like boring in a sense. But the way that the DS Lites were made, I feel like the colorways, no matter which color you picked, they were all just really good looking. And then it came with an extra stylus. So that was really cool. It also came with the strap, which I have already put on it. And now, guys, the main pride and joy right here. The ice blue Nintendo DS Lite. And it has the cartridge cover, which on a lot of them is kind of hard to find. And the original stylus still in there. As you guys can see, it's a bit, yellowing. It's telling of its age, its character. As you guys can see, I also got a plastic cover, which is actually from this company right here. So if you guys want to buy one, I am not sponsored in any way, shape, or form. I'm just showing you guys. I paid like $11, I believe, $10 or $11. I got it off Amazon, and then I'll probably link it so you guys can get one if you guys want for your DS Lite. But yeah, it looks like they have different colors. But yeah, I got it. I mean, $11 for this cover. I can't really complain about that, guys. But yeah, here it is, the ice blue colorway. I absolutely had to get this. Absolutely gorgeous color. And let's turn her on. I love that sound, guys. That classic sound. So guys, I'm a bit of a collector, so I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna spend the money for an extra, $10, $20, I might as well get the whole package. Get, the box for it, the inserts, the manuals, the stylus, everything. Everything that I need. And honestly, guys, in my opinion, I feel like I didn't pay that much, especially knowing it was from Japan and it came with free shipping. I paid like $89 and some change. And yes, I know it's from 2006, but like I said, this is nostalgia drives me, and this is something that I personally grew up with, and it's something that I absolutely miss, and it's something that I knew that this was part of what made me fall in love with video games, so it just feels right. It feels right owning this, especially back in that era when Nintendogs was a thing. Like, everyone wanted a puppy on their screens to be able to pet it. And, that's a little teaser. That's definitely a game I'm definitely going to get in the near future. I want to play that again. I want to revisit that again. And here you go, guys. So, as you guys can see, you guys can actually customize it. You can pick what color you want, what your favorite color is. You could put today's date. You have picto chat, so if other people have the DS2, you can write to them. You can go into the chat rooms. You can draw. You can type. You can do add little symbols, numbers, all that good stuff. You can change the language. And guys, another thing too about this one is, obviously it's from Japan. So when I originally got it, it came in Japanese. So I had to change the language. And now, I can read it. It's in English. And I feel like that's so cool to be able to have a Japanese console and still be able to use it. So I think that's absolutely amazing. And that brings me to my other point. As you guys can see, this is a Japanese model, but the great part is it's not region locked, which means even though, like, let's say if you buy one from the UK, one from Japan, one from I don't know, maybe like Central America, you can buy it and you can still be able to use it and play any game on it. Unlike the GameCube is region locked, and so many other consoles are region locked. So let's say if I bought one from Japan, a GameCube from Japan, like the Spice Orange one, which I know a lot of people love, I wouldn't be able to use it right away because it'll be region locked, so it'll only be able to play Japanese games. Unless I mod it, and then I'll be able to play any game I want. But that's the amazing part about the DS, is you can literally get any color you want, and it is not region locked. And like I said, guys, you can customize a color, and there's even 4 brightness settings. You guys seen that? You guys seen how bright that got? 4 brightness settings. Man, I absolutely love this thing, guys. I cannot wait to start buying more games for this. I cannot wait to explore all the games. And since we're on the subject of games, let's talk a little bit about that. So listen to this crazy stat. The original DS, the chunkier one, I'll put up a picture. I used to have that one too. The hinges on that one sucked. And it was, it was a beginning, right? So that one was released in 2004. 2 years later, this one was announced and released. This one, the Japanese, came out in March of 2006. The DS Lite, which was way slimmer, better battery, different colors, just a better build, right? So that was definitely the one that I preferred. But listen to this crazy stat. So from 2004 all the way to 2014, which was basically the lifespan of the DS and the DS Lite, which is when they stopped making them, they made approximately 3,000 retail games. And they gave an additional 500 to 600 DSiWare titles. So in total, there was at least anywhere from 3,600 to 4,000 games. Guys, that is absolutely insane. Up to 4,000 games. So basically, there's a game there for anyone and everyone. Whether you're into RPGs, JRPGs, into shooters, into strategy, into puzzles, into pets, which honestly was something revolutionary for the DS Lite, the Nintendogs. Man, when the Nintendogs first came out, guys, that was absolutely revolutionary. Absolutely everyone wanted to get their hands on a DS just to be able to play with their digital dog, to be able to pet it. And like I said, guys, there was basically a game for everyone. And that's the part that makes me most excited about it. That I get to go back kind of in time and play a ton of different games that I didn't even know existed. Play the games that I personally loved that were on my grill list, and all these new games that I've never even touched. Alrighty, so my package from Japan came in, as you guys can see. Alright, let's unbox it. So I ended up getting this on eBay. I got it as a package deal. And I only paid $26 shipped. So I thought it was a pretty good deal. But obviously getting it from a completely different country. Sometimes you're always like, I hope I don't get scammed. But Damned. Oh man. And there it is, guys. Let's go ahead and take it out of this packaging. Bam. I got Jump Superstars and Jump Ultimate Stars. So the cool part about these is that these are actually Japanese exclusives. They never came to the US, unfortunately. And basically I heard that it's kind of like Smash Bros. Brawl and just Smash Bros. In general, but for DS. And instead of Mario in them, it's, you know, the anime goats. So I'm definitely excited to check this out. And the best part is that the DS is not region locked. So I'm going to get to try these out and I'll let you guys know what I think. Alrighty, I cleaned it up as best as I could. Let's see if it works. Oh my gosh. It worked, guys. It worked. Man, I am so happy that just by cleaning it, it works now. Whew, I was stressing that. Alright, so now that I know that both games work, I'm gonna end up playing both of them, and I'll definitely do a review. I'll probably do it in the short for each part, and I'll let you guys know how they go. I want to make my collection small but mighty. You know, I don't want to go all out So for now, I made a list of 10 games that I really want to get. Some I've played before, I've owned, I've absolutely loved, and a lot of these I have not played. And that's, I feel like that's the exciting part for me, is a lot of these I have not played. A lot of these that are not even on my list of the top 10 that I want are ones that I also want to try out in the future. And like I said, I want to keep it small but mighty. For now I'm choosing 10, but the list might grow to maybe like 30 max. But as I go and as I start trying these games out, if I don't like them, I can always trade them. I can always sell them away. And so without further ado, let's start out with number 1. The first game I want to get again, and this one, as soon as I remember seeing the trailer for it, I absolutely wanted to try out this game. I feel like it's such a classic in a sense. And this game is New Super Mario Bros. And this one is the one that introduced that massive mushroom, and once you eat it, you can destroy basically the whole world. And you go throughout all these different worlds, and you try to face against Bowser. And yeah, I definitely want to get this game again, so that's definitely on my list. The second one on my list, it has to do with Mario again. This one is Mario Kart DS. So to me, I absolutely love Mario Kart DS. This is probably one of my favorite Mario Karts. My favorite of all time is Double Dash for the GameCube, but when it comes to handheld, this one's definitely my favorite, Mario Kart DS. This is the first one that introduced Dry Bones into it, and I love playing as Dry Bones. And even on the Switch, I always pick Dry Bones. And I absolutely love this Mario Kart, guys. I think I ended up, when I originally had it, I ended up beating it on all the levels, like 50cc, 150, 200, mirrored, all that good stuff. I used to love to play the balloon battle. Man, this game was just fun, and this game is absolutely another one that I need to add to my collection. The following game, also another game that I had. Also, I feel like it was a staple game, a game that made everyone want to get a DS. And guys, that's the Nintendogs. I mean, that's pretty easy. Who doesn't love dogs? And me, I've always wanted to own a dog, but I haven't had the chance yet. But in the future I could. But for now, to let off some steam, to take care of a dog, I might as well get a digital one, revisit Nintendogs, show me what the charm of the DS Lite. The next game, guys, is a game I didn't even know existed. And it's crazy that I didn't even know it existed, but now that I know it exists, and I heard it's an absolutely amazing game, and this is Mario Party DS. Yeah, I know, I couldn't believe it either. A Mario Party on a handheld, and I heard the game is really fun. I heard the mini games are awesome, so it's definitely one I want to add to my list. And guys, the following game, another game that I've never played before, but it just sounds super interesting. It's basically 999. It's called 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors. So this one's more of like a story where I guess people go missing, or there's some types of story. But I'll play the trailer for you guys to give you a little bit of the gist of the game. But the fact that it's kind of like you have to do puzzles and you have to try to figure out what's going on. You're kind of like sort of like a detective, and you have to use your brain, and just, I don't know, it just looks really cool. And it's another one that I absolutely cannot wait to get and to try. Following one, guys, this one's one I definitely had. And this one I feel like it's kind of, nothing serious. I feel like it's just like a lighthearted, fun to play. And this one's Mario Hoops 3-on-3. This one, I remember this one I had to use the stylus a lot to do the tricks and the slamming the ball for basketball, you know, the slam dunks. So that's another one I definitely want to add and revisit. And, you know, see what I think now that, you know, now that I'm older. See, you know, check it out. Another one that I kind of knew was on there that existed, but I feel like at this point I was kind of phasing out of kind of like the handhelds, so I personally never got to play it, but I'm excited to try it out because I used to have it on I believe on the PS2, on the Wii, and it's a game I absolutely love, the Guitar Hero series. You know, just playing on that guitar, playing all these amazing rock songs. And this one is called Guitar Hero on Tour, which actually makes use of the bottom of your DS, which is where the Game Boy games go. And you connect it and you can, you know, play a guitar on your DS Lite. So I think that's super cool, and I cannot wait to try that. Now the following game. Oh yes, this one's exciting. So guys, introduction to The Legend of Zelda was Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, and that one was for GameCube. I remember at first a lot of people were giving that a lot of hate because it changed up the artwork a lot, and you know, I get it. You know, people, when something's going great and they like kind of make a drastic change, I get it. But honestly, me personally, I had no attachment to The Legend of Zelda. This was my first ever introduction to it, and I absolutely loved it. I loved the graphics. I loved how fun the game was, how interactive it was. Unfortunately, I never beat it on the GameCube. I always got stuck on the ghost ship. So I played it one time, I got up to that point, I couldn't find it, so I kind of left the game. And then years later, I ended up revisiting the game again because I was like, oh, this time I'll be able to beat it. Again, I got stuck on the same part. So now this time, I'm gonna definitely be buying that game for the GameCube. This time I'm absolutely gonna beat it. But I heard that there's a sequel to it. And so to me, so far that's my favorite Zelda game. So I'm like, man, if there's a sequel to it, I definitely want to get it. And the sequel actually belongs to a handheld. So this one is called The Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass. So like I said, it's a sequel to Wind Waker. So that's definitely another one on my list to get. Like I said, I've never played this game, so I'm super excited to check this one out. And then the other game I want to get, which I heard is a really good game. And personally, I've never really played this franchise, which is pretty sad in my opinion. But again, this is what makes it so exciting for me to get a DS Lite, you know, to try all these games out. And this one is Kirby Superstar Ultra. So I've always loved Kirby as a character because I've gotten to play him in, you know, Smash and all that stuff. And I've seen him, you know, in merch and all that good stuff, but I've never really gotten to play one of the franchise games, and I heard this one's amazing, so I definitely need to check this game out. And guys, my number 10 pick, and I feel like I put it at number 10 even though it's one of my favorites of all time, but you know, I already technically have it for the Game Boy Advance. I have the collection for the Switch, which I still kept that. But you guys know I had to do it. I have to get it for the DS. And that's going to be the Mega Man Zero Collection, which that one brings 1 through 4 in the DS Lite form, or in DS form. So I have to get that. I have to replay them. And also adding to that, they also made in the storyline 200 years later. It's called Mega Man ZX. And I heard that one, I only played that one a little bit. You know, I never got to beat it or anything. And also on the Mega Man Zero collection, I beat 1 through 3, but I never beat 4. I got stuck on it. So that's something I definitely want to revisit. And so, like I said, Mega Man ZX is the continuation, so I want to get that one too. And I heard that one also has a sequel. It's called ZX Advent. So that's another one that I want to add to my collection and beat. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the Mega Man Zero collection, beat that, move on to Mega Man ZX. If I really like that game, then I'll get ZX Advent. If I feel like I'm not really a fan of Mega Man ZX, you know, I probably won't get ZX Advent, and I'll probably end up selling Mega Man ZX. Or maybe the collector in me will be like, you know what? Since I already have the Zero collection and Mega Man ZX, I might as well get ZX Advent. But again, like I told you guys, I kind of don't want to fall into that loophole of like, you know, I know myself. Like I love collecting. I love rare, special, unique, hard to find things, but I don't want to get caught up in that. Like I said, I want my collection to be small and mighty. And yeah, guys, I'm super excited to share this with you guys, and definitely join me on my adventure. I'm gonna have a blast, and I hope that this encourages you guys too to visit, kind of revisit your past a little bit, in a good way, right? Like the nostalgic feelings. Like maybe the DS Lite wasn't the one you grew up with. Maybe it was the SP. You know, then if that's the case, then get this one. Maybe the SP, was not the one you grew up with. Maybe it was the Game Boy Advance. I also had that one, but it was definitely not my favorite. My favorite, honestly, is the DS Lite. That's the one that I have the most attachment to. That's the one I remember the most. But maybe you're into the 3DS XL, or maybe you just want to get the newer one, the 3DS XL, because you can get that mod, get that SD card, and basically you can play any DS game, any DS, 3DS, DSi, all of that massive library of the 4,000 plus games of just DS, plus on top of all the 3DS games. Like, that's absolutely amazing, guys. And all you have to do is just buy this one console and then just mod it, and then you're golden. You don't have to go the route that I am, where I'm trying to, I'm a physical collector, so I like having these on my shelf and to be able to look at it, like how they used to make games. Like, this is just so cool to me. Like, I know not everyone's into this. Some people love digital media, which there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's just not necessarily for me. I'm more of a person that likes, like,
Yep.
the complete package. Like, I like opening stuff. I like the way it is delivered, this artwork, the way it opens, the booklets, the little cartridges. It's just, honestly, it's just so cool to me. And so that's part of the reason why I'm doing this, So, like I said, hopefully this encouraged some of you, and please share anything, you guys collect. I would love to see it. And thank you guys for joining me on this one. I hope y'all have an amazing day. Peace out.